Is holy matrimony yet to come for those that chose group number 1? So group 1, first of all, I feel compelled to tell you that once you break the cycles that are currently keeping you stuck, you are going to make an abundance of magic. You're going to be able to find magic in the mundane. Because with the 7 of Pentacles here, I'm getting that your answer is yes, you will get married. But it's not going to be instant gratification. It's not going to be love at first sight in the sense that you're going to get married the next day. The 7 of Pentacles is all about nurturing, investment, putting the time and energy into something or someone, and then getting the results once it grows. But it needs time to grow. So for some of you, group 1, this could be you still growing spiritually, mentally, even physically. And you know what you want, but you know you've still got a lot to do before you really start putting your roots down. Because the 7 of Pentacles is rooted. Some of you could be, I'm getting very heavy earth sign energy. Fire sign energy is also really just being pulled out for me. You're very fiery and passionate, but you are very grounded. You're very nurturing, but you're also very stubborn, which could be why you find it hard to break certain cycles. So for some of you, there could be someone you're in a cycle with, and this person wants to come back to rebuild and reconcile this relationship. So you really could rebuild this and reap the rewards, especially with the 7 of Pentacles here. Just don't do the same thing wrong, because then you're just repeating yourself. And you know, that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing with the same person, expecting a different result. So if this is the past coming back, wanting you to settle down and commit to them or commit to whatever this was, it's going to take a whole new approach and a whole new way of going about it, because the last time it didn't work out, the potential was there and the potential could still be there. But it's not going to grow unless you do, unless this person does. So yeah, it could have been right person, wrong time. And you will find the right time. The divine timing will come, and wedding bliss is fated, or wedded bliss is fated. So yeah, I feel like you're the type that has been planning your wedding in your head, even if you didn't have someone to marry or you didn't have a set plan about it. You just knew that it was in your plan. So you could be very determined to fulfill these plans, and someone is very determined to fulfill you. So I feel like if you're a feminine, this is you really growing and elevating. You're not just a feminine, you're a divine feminine. And she is holding a peacock feather. So this is you showing out and showing off and doing that mating dance, that mating ritual. You're looking good, you're glowing up, and you're also growing spiritually. So if you're a divine feminine, I do see you marrying your divine masculine energy. This is your divine counterpart, but it's coming with divine timing. And the 7 of Pentacles is all about patience. Patience is a virtue. And this future wedding, this future marriage, it's going to be very virtuous. I feel like you're both very generous people. You both know how to work hard for a bigger investment, for the bigger picture. But right now you need to see the bigger picture, because if you're stuck in the same cycle or the same loop, how are you going to get to that next chapter and expand? So right now you're in an expansion phase. And even if you're looking good, you're going to be looking better. Even if you've been feeling good, you're going to be feeling better. You're glowing and you're growing, just like I said, but you're feeling magic. And if you haven't felt like that before, this could be a whole new experience. You're unlocking that inner magic within you. And you are meeting someone who has strong affections for you. And you could feel very strongly for them too. So if it's not someone from the past or someone you want to rebuild a connection with, if this is a new connection, You could feel like you met them before in a past life because there is something familiar about them. Even if this person is your opposite, the divine counterpart doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same. You could highlight the differences in each other, but instead of judging or criticizing each other's differences, you are embracing that. That could be a first for you. Being embraced instead of criticized. And this is how you're going to view your future marriage, your future matrimony. You don't want to be critical. You don't want to nag. You don't want to let the negativity override the positivity. But you are the type that likes to hide your pain. You might keep it all to yourself. You might actually hide your pain with luxury for some of you. But instead of sitting alone with your pain, you're going to have someone to share it with. And instead of someone who's going to judge you or criticize you for your pain or your problems, they're going to embrace you. They're going to still accept you, and they're going to actually try help and support you. And this is what bliss feels like. Yeah. When you feel this with this person, you're going to think, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. This is why I needed patience. Yes, it does feel like I've met them before. Even if you haven't, you know that somewhere in a past life you crossed paths. So this person is coming onto your path, even if they're not walking with you right now. Your angels are bringing this in. But for my single group ones, if this isn't already in your energy, your angels are urging you to break your toxic cycles, because you can only forge this new path with this new person once you get off the beaten track. It's been tried and tested and it didn't work. So you need a new approach and a new vision and a lot of patience. It may not be instant gratification, and it might not just come as quickly as snapping your fingers. But this is long-term investment, and long-term investment means long-term fulfillment. Your bliss is coming. You still do carry a lot of pain, but you're meeting someone who wants to take that baggage and help you carry it, instead of someone who's just going to say, oh wow, that's too much baggage for me. Toodaloo. You're going to have someone who is as patient and considerate as you are. Just don't be going around in circles, because you're not going to find your bliss or your happiness in the same place that you lost it. So even if the past is calling back, be discerning. You could have a choice between the old and the new, but this is a whole new you. And for this new chapter, for your future marriage, I see you taking a whole new approach. And this approach is paying off, because the Seven of Pentacles always pays off. So no matter what you've put in the investment, it is going to pay off. Don't worry, it's not going to be wasted. I'm here in JLo, love don't cost a thing. So even if you do like luxury items, this person is going to be able to win you over without spending a penny. But watch for stingy people. Just because they don't have to spend a penny for your love doesn't mean that it's not nice to be treated or spoiled or pampered now and again. So don't sell yourself short, because the Seven of Pentacles is the best investment, and you are simply the best. I'm also picking up Simply the Best by Tina Turner. Someone could love that song. And this is how your future spouse is going to view you. You are simply the best. You're their divine counterpart, and you are a worthy investment. But sometimes they might think like you go around in circles, or the relationship goes around in circles, but it's about breaking that cycle and finding the magic in the mundane. And if anyone can do that, group one, it's you. So enjoy all of this bliss that is coming your way. Just know that when it comes to investment and commitment, it starts with you. So commit, invest, and love yourself, even if you're still waiting for this divine counterpart to arrive. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, if you resonated, what you thought, any future suggestions. I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and come back again to connect with me in a future reading. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Something old and something new. What is coming for group number 2? So group 2, your answer for are you destined to get married is the why, of course you are. Yes. Your answer is a yes, group 2. But I see you saying yes to marriage to a lover, but not before you say yes to yourself. The thing is, group 2, regardless of your gender, whether you're a masculine or a feminine, you are a queen/king. Of course, a queen or a king needs their divine counterpart sitting on that throne beside them. But you are a king or a queen in the sense that you have an empire in your mind. And even if this empire hasn't been physically built yet, I do feel like some of you have been in your masculine energy for a long time, regardless of your gender. And for my feminines, this could be something you're trying to come out of because you want to embrace and nurture that feminine side, that receptive feminine energy. You want to receive from your lovers, especially from the lover that loves you the most. You're very loyal when you're committed. With the King of Cups, you are a very compassionate lover. You're very understanding and you're very trustworthy. You are the epitome of the perfect lover. But I feel like this has backfired in the past and maybe even in your previous relationships because we do have loss and trust here. So I do feel like you've trust issues. This could be from how you were treated in the past. You could have been betrayed. Or this could be a loss of trust in your current relationship. You are destined to marry this person. They could be the king or the queen of your heart because the King of Cups is a very loving energy. So this is more than just infatuation or lust. This is love. But with love comes trust. So if you're connected with someone currently, I do feel like you love them very deeply, very strongly. But the trust may have been shattered or even broken. And this could be you working to rebuild the trust and the connection again in this relationship. I feel like you have compassion for this person even when they mess up. But you're in that king-queen mindset. So you don't have time for them to be continuously messing up. You want them to step up to the plate because you have bright ideas and you're very high-minded. I'm just hearing the word high-minded. You think in a way that other people can't. You dream in a way that other people wouldn't dare. Sometimes you could have a tendency to procrastinate. I'm hearing Sabrina Carpenter, Thumbs. So Thumbs is your channeled song. Yeah. I feel like you're kind of just watching the world go by and looking at everyone being distracted, procrastinating. You might be hard on yourself because you're doing the same thing. But there's a difference, group 2. It's like you're watching, you're waiting to strike, like a viper, like a snake. And we do have transgression coming up. Aquarius could be significant. Libra could also be significant. 21 or 25. Someone could be born on those days or someone could be that age. I'm hearing act your age, not your shoe size. From, what's that song? Is it Kiss by Prince? So that's another channel message. Kiss by Prince. Ooh. So yeah, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be any of these things to get group 2's love. But what you can't do is break their trust. Because that's not so easily fixed or forgiven. Yeah, so you may have had to forgive a current lover for a past transgression because the snake is coming out and the snake does remind me of Lilith because they say that she was a snake in the Garden of Eden. Now it could be Satan, it could be Lilith. It's like two versions of the same energy. The feminine and the masculine. So I feel like the person you're destined to marry, because we've got 2 cats here in the transgression card, black and white. You and this person are very different physically and even mentally, but these are two different forms of the same energy. Your energy is totally in alignment and very similar. So maybe you don't judge your lover too harshly when they mess up, because you can mess up too. Maybe you feel like this relationship is stuck or kind of not moving, but it could be because both of you are kind of procrastinating and don't really know where to look or what to do next. Some of you could be caught up with addictions. So this could be a reason as to why the relationship isn't progressing to engagement or marriage. I feel like it's destined to go there, but right now the finances, the funds aren't there because there are things being prioritized over the relationship, over investing financially into the relationship at least. You may bond over your shared hobbies or addictions together, but I do feel like group 2, you have an unhealthy attachment style. This could be with drink or drugs or whatever it is, whatever your choice is of your vice. But you have an addictive personality, and I feel like you are either an avoidant or you are unhealthily attached, you're anxiously attached. I feel like even some of you could be a mix of both, and you could be kind of unsure. Yeah, you're like the yin and the yang. Sometimes you can be an avoidant and other times you can be an anxious attachment. Yeah, so you can switch up on your partner sometimes, and your partner wants to know which side of you they're going to get, the light or the dark side. But they're going to embrace both sides of you because the dark side is just as fabulous. And this is what Lilith comes to remind us of. Independence. You don't have to be submissive in order to be loved. Because I do feel like group 2, you may have attachment issues, but you are no shrinking violet, you're no wallflower. And someone has to accept and embrace that about you. Because when you're not impressed, well, that's just it. And if they can't keep that trust, well, it's going to be very hard to keep that love. You love a bit of fun and temptation as much as the next person, as long as it's not behind your back. It's like any taboos, you want to indulge and enjoy them with the person you trust most. But sometimes you're not sure if you can trust the person you love or trust most. But with creating a new self, this is you loving and trusting number 1, which is you, your reflection. Some of you could be doing mirror magic, glamour magic, but you're elevating into your black cat energy. Some of you could literally be getting a haircut or investing in some new products for your face or your skin. This is you showing up for yourself, because you may have the love of your life in your life. And if you don't, I do feel like they're destined to come, but it's not going to be as easy as 1, 2, 3, because this person could have a past, you could have a past, and it can be a struggle to actively resist temptation. So yeah, I feel like you and your lover, you both love temptation, but you can both find it hard to resist temptation. So it's great when you can indulge together, but the problem is when you aren't together. Can you trust from a distance? Can you trust from afar? And if you're finding that you can't, and it's a big struggle for you right now, learning how to trust yourself and having a more secure attachment with yourself and spirit is really going to help you. And spirit is saying embrace that dark side as much as you're embracing the holy side. You can't have one without the other. And that's why I love Lilith so much, because she reminds us of these things. She may get demonized a lot, but that's because I think society doesn't like to acknowledge that women can be many different things all at once. I think people get confused because it's either all bad or all good. So Lilith was all bad and Eve was all good. But that's not necessarily the truth. And group 2, you're a bit of everything all rolled up into one. So yeah, I feel like your lover is going to appreciate that, and they're going to appreciate your love. But I do feel like it's a very addictive connection. You're a very addictive personality. When someone gets a taste of you, they're hooked and they just want more. And yeah, you're very attractive. This is known. Sometimes you are dangerously attractive because you can make people want to bite that forbidden apple. So even if you're in a relationship, I do feel like there are still people who try to tempt you, or others who try to tempt you and your lover away from each other, away from this relationship. But love is about choosing each other. Even in a world that's trying to distract us with everything or everyone else, it's about who you choose to love at the end of every day. And group 2, I do feel like your lover loves you until the cows come home. But this is you loving yourself first and in a better quality. And if someone's not treating you like that king or queen that you are, I see you just flicking them away, swatting them away like a little fly. Because it's not that you can't break addictions, but when you love something, you go all in, you go hard, or you go home. So while you're addicted to this person, they better count their blessings. Because if you break that addiction, or you break the trust that you have together, I do see you being able to reform and transform as long as you're secure with yourself. So no matter what happens, you are tight with you. But I do feel like you are destined to get married, but it will be a struggle to avoid temptation and to break addictions. Like I said, you and your partner need to work on the trust in order for this connection to keep on going the way it is, because trust is the most important thing for you, and a beep for a confirmation. So trust, trust, trust. Start with yourself, and maybe you and your lover may need some sort of counseling if the trust issues run deep, because they may run deep, but group 2, the love runs deeper. Yeah. And this is a deeper love, a burning love. I'm hearing Burning Love by Elvis, and I am burning up now as I'm saying that. So yeah, that fire is stoked and the fire is burning hot as hell. But group 2, so are you. So nobody better get on your bad side, just in case. So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, what you thought. If you resonated, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this and you want to keep updated for future pick-a cards. And if you're looking for a personal reading, the info is on my homepage. And if we're parting ways here now, thank you so much for being here. And I hope to see and connect with you again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah. Will you settle down, or will they set you free? What is on the bound for group number 3? So group 3, as you can see on the right, we have a big fat yes in big red writing. So there you go. That's your reading. Yes, you're going to get married. But it does come with a but. There is healing to do. So this could be healing you need to do within yourself, within your soul, even in your heart for some of you. Because if you're still heartbroken from a previous relationship, I seen 222, it's going to be hard to heal in a new relationship, because there is solo work you still need to do before you commit again or try again. I am hearing try again with Aaliyah. So for some of you, this is like you finishing the race with someone, but you may not have started together, if that makes sense. Maybe you have someone who you would consider as the one who got away, something that didn't work out, and your plans had to change and be rearranged. And this person may have had a set plan or goal for their life, but like that, they had to change and rearrange, maybe when they met you. So for some of you, this is an energy of two people with ready-made families coming together to form a new family. So for some of you, you could be single parents, or you could be connecting with someone who's a single parent. And if that is not the case, I do feel like a lot of you may have been raised in a single parent household, and this is something that you've held on to in regards to your relationships, because you know you could end up alone, or you could end up having to do things on your own, even if that wasn't the intention. Yeah, because you've seen that when you make plans, they don't always work out. So you've had to re-navigate and re-find yourself even after you've been broken. So it's not your first rodeo, group 3, but this is going to be your last rodeo with this person. So right now you could be in a state of negativity, worry. You could be having sleepless nights. You could be sleeping alone for some of you. So what I'm getting is that you're still healing from a previous heartbreak, or for others of you, if you are connected with the person you want to marry, you may not be with them physically right now. You could still be sleeping alone. There could be a distance in the relationship. It could be long distance. But I do feel like this is a long-term connection and commitment. So even if it's only new, this is destined to be long-term. This is destined to be a family, even if you have a family already. This is shared joy and new joy, instead of rejecting someone or them rejecting you because of baggage. This is someone saying, hey, let me carry that for you. Someone taking your bags, helping you with the weight of the world. So some of you could be feeling very stressed and sleepless because you literally feel like you have the world on your shoulders right now. Oh, there's a boob that I need to cover. Yeah, there was actually 2 boobs I needed to cover. So some of you could have great boobs. Just saying. You could feel very connected to the moon. You're very intuitive. The moon heals you and it will help you heal. Yeah, the moon and the flowers and the stars. It's like you connect with these things on a deeper, almost visceral level. And with the belief in your beauty, number 2 here, that could be significant. This is you not being afraid to lay it all bare. Even if you feel like someone could judge you for laying it all bare, they're here to love you, not judge you. So some of you could have body issues, or you could really feel insecure or anxious when you're totally naked because you feel like you're just too exposed. But your dreams are coming true. I feel like in the past, your dreams have turned into nightmares. But now you've healed, or you're at least on that healing journey. And you're starting to really see your visions, your dreams come to light and come to life. You're bringing your dreams to life instead of just lying there and dreaming. It's coming on a white horse, and you're coming too. Like I said, not your first rodeo, but it's certainly going to be your last, because this is a dream come true instead of a nightmare. You may have had false starts, and, you know, yeah, I do feel like there's something to do with family here. So I didn't realize I'd covered the word family. But for some of you, your family responsibility or duties have been stopping you from chasing or achieving your dreams. And I do feel like you are, of course, destined to get married, destined to have a big house with this person. You're destined to help each other heal. This is love with a capital L. But love does not come without the losses, without the L's. So what you've had to lose in order to have what you want, or to have love, is maybe sacrifice your dreams, or even sacrifice your beauty for some of you. Some of you could be worried that if you do settle down and have a family, you're going to have to sacrifice your dreams, your body, your beauty, everything that gives you joy now. You worry that you're going to have to trade that for commitment, for matrimony. So this could be a struggle that you kind of go back and forth about. Because you want a family, but you also want to live independently and do whatever the fuck you want. It's like you're in between these two mindsets. Spirit is telling you, group 3, you can have both, but you need someone who appreciates and understands the value of both. Someone needs to understand that your family can and always will be your priority, but sometimes yourself has to be a priority too. You are part of your own family. Your spirit team are reminding you that, yeah, you look after everybody. What about yourself? You are part of your own family. You can't fill from an empty cup. So don't allow yourself to just get drained without recharging or, revigorating, regenerating yourself. This is a regeneration. Yeah, and you are going to leave a legacy behind you, many generations yet to come. But right now, you're healing your heart. You could feel in a cold, frosty place right now. You're healing your mind because it's full of stress and worry. It could keep you up at night wondering if you'll ever be happy, if you'll ever settle down, if you'll ever achieve your dreams. You will achieve your dreams. You will have that family and that marriage that you desire. But it doesn't have to be a choice. Just know that you need to balance out everything in your life. Dreams can come true, but dreams don't work unless we do. And for some of you, you have a lot of responsibilities. If it's not with children, especially, it could be family members you need to take care of for one reason or the other. And you could be jelly of other people making their dreams come true and their wishes, because there is a jelly with candles here. In the dreams card, 7 could be significant. Cancer is also significant, and Cancer is all about home and family. And the Cancer zodiac sign looks like 69, okay? Just saying. So I feel like that is going to be one of the main moves of you and your future spouse. That is going to be one of your favorite things to do together, to get each other going. It's like at the same time, because one shouldn't have to sacrifice for the other. And Spirit is telling you, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your dreams for love. You don't need to sacrifice anything. You can have it all. You just need to balance out your time and your energy. Some of you need to start getting earlier nights, because when it goes past a certain time, it's hard to sleep. Yeah. I'm hearing Ed Sheeran, Bad Habits. Nothing happens after 2. It's true. My bad habits lead to you. So you could have even bonded with your lover or future lover over bad habits, or just over hobbies that you both enjoy or indulge in together. But they are your kryptonite, but they're your cure at the same time. So it's a bit contradicting. You're a bit contradicting. You can flip-flop about whether you want marriage or you don't, but it's on the table and it will be there for you to take in the future if you choose to. But that's the thing. It's all about what you choose to do, group 3, and nobody can tell you what you want. Only your heart can. And at nighttime when you dream, you'll feel lucky to have the love of your life beside you. But you have bigger dreams than just love. There's more to come, and there's a lot more work to do. So I see you balancing out your time and your energy more evenly. And even if you do have a lot of responsibilities, I see you finding a way to distribute these responsibilities into a more manageable way, that you can find the time to really invest in your love life, but invest in your own finances and creativity. You can have it all. And this person sees that you have it all. You are an investment. So don't worry about the past or be too anxious about the future. Focus on the present moment and what you can do to utilize your love life and your creativity at the same time, because the two can be combined. And hey, when these two things are combined, we can make very beautiful and sensual and seductive things. So maybe work on channeling your creativity through your sexual energy, because they can go hand in hand. Sometimes you just gotta start using your hands. So whatever you do with your hands, you do it right. So keep on doing it, group 3. And that's what your future spouse wants to tell you to. Keep on doing that. Ooh, let's go again. Let's try again. So yeah, Aaliyah, Try It Again is also a channeled song for you, group 3. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this, what you thought, who you were thinking of during this reading. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. If you're looking for a personal reading, the info is on my homepage. And if we're parting ways here and now, thank you so much for sharing your energy and connecting with me. And I hope to see and connect with you again in the next one. So subscribe to stay updated. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah. If love is a game, then what is the score? Is marriage destined for group number 4? So group 4, I'm getting very heavy water sign and earth sign energy. I'm also hearing the song I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys. So you could love that song, but I feel like this is just explaining your mindset to me. You want it this way, not that way or their way. No, they can take the highway if they're not going to do it your way or my way, right? So group 4, let me tell you, you're the only group that I got a no for. Now, don't despair and don't turn off the phone or this video in disgust. Let me tell you a few things, okay? Pipe down, pipe down. You could have a tendency to get worked up or like, wait, what? You know, be appalled and reactive. Don't be reactive. This is your super skill in non-reaction. So this is a super lesson in non-reaction, right? So yes, it's a no. Don't despair. I chose group 4 before I pulled the cards, and I'm not surprised at what I see on the table. So if you're anything like me, you're gonna relate to this. And if you're nothing like me, maybe choose one of the other pictures, because this is a total no. Marriage, love is not your priority right now, because you know marriage will not make you happy. You're coming up as the Page of Pentacles, so you are reliable. You're very smart. You love to learn and you love to teach people what you've learned. It can also mean good news in finances. So if you've been working in order to try make the money, get that bag. If you've been chasing that bag is getting caught. Even if it's been taking a while, you're still working hard. You're still learning, because he also has a book in his hand. So you know that you've got so much to learn, so much to do, so much to achieve. Some of you could literally be receiving a message, or you could be a messenger yourself. But you're here to work hard. You're here to learn, and then you're here to pass on that knowledge. So yeah, I feel like since you were young, you've always been very wise for your age. And you carried this wisdom with you throughout your life. And maybe you thought that you could come around to the idea of marriage the older you became. But if anything, you've just become more set in your ways the older you've become. You know that someone's hand in marriage is not going to be the answer to all your prayers. You know that one thing or one person isn't going to just magically make everything amazing. We do have Princess of the Borderland, so I feel like you're very imaginative. Yeah, you're wise, you're practical and reliable. But when you go to your imagination land, it's very hard to get you out of there. You're very dreamy and you're very daring, you're very bold. You're not afraid to be what you want to be, but it could have taken you a long time to get to this stage, I was going to say. Some of you could be performers, and it's like it's taken you a long time to get to the stage. But now that you're here on the stage and you are the center of attention, you're in the spotlight on your own stage. So group 4, I feel like you just don't want to share that spotlight with someone else, because there's just a princess of the borderland here. I don't see no prince, I don't see no king, I just see a princess doing ballet with lots of butterflies around, and yeah, a lot of beautiful scenery. So I feel like nature inspires you. You could live somewhere where it's quite rural and there's just a lot of nature that surrounds you. This helps you regenerate yourself. You're having a rebirth right now. And with work coming beside this, for work, you want to use your imagination. You want to get the bag, but you want to enjoy the process of getting that bag in the first place. So if work has been bad news lately, I feel like with the Page of Pentacles, work will start paying off. And the effort and time you put in confirmation to your creative endeavors or to your work life, it is going to pay off. So maybe some of you could be workaholics instead of loveaholics. You could be very one or the other. Maybe you could think you can have both. Group 3 could have a message for some of you. Group 4. So if you found yourself drawn to that one, there is also a message in there. Might be a contradicting message because Group 3 will get married, but eventually, and it's, it's not as easy as 1, 2, 3. This is down the line after a lot of life that Group 3 will marry. So you still could marry down the line, but I don't feel like right now it's a priority in your life. I think you are your own priority. I think you want to be in the spotlight. You don't want to share that spotlight. Now, a bit of chemistry is great now and again, and you don't mind if someone is coming to add into that cauldron, that concoction. It's the recipe for success when you add a bit of chemistry and charisma in there. So you bring that charisma. I feel like you're quiet about it though. You're not a show off, but you're intensely penetrating is what I'm going to say. And even when it comes to sex, you're very intense. We do have the hate nurtured with love, Taurus energy. Someone could be 35, but you use love as your creative muse, your creative inspiration. Anything that's beautiful inspires you, but anything that's dark and twisted inspires you too. You can combine all three things and make it beautiful, dark and twisted. I am thinking of the title of Kanye's album, My Dark Twisted Fantasy. Is that what it's called? So listen to that album, Group 4. This is your mindset on love. And we've got Love Lockdown, and we also have Heartless. Okay, Group 4, that is your channeled song. We do love Love Lockdown, but nobody's locking down your love because you is so heartless. How could you be so heartless? Yeah, so lovers could have said this to you in the past. You could be accused of being a Kanye. Group 4, you're in your Kanye era. And if that makes you look like a heartless villain, so be it. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I feel like the hate helps you create. So a loving, happy marriage that's vanilla and, perfect, that doesn't do it for you. You're not gonna get off on that. You're very deep and penetrating, dark and intense. So you're not everyone's cup of tea. You're definitely not for everyone. And everyone is not for you. You don't just do boring or predictable because you are anything but boring and predictable. So you view marriage and relationships, maybe commitment, having a family, as boring and predictable. I feel like if you have any of these things already, as in children, you don't want any more children. If you've been married before, you've learnt your lesson the hard way, you don't want it again. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. You can get easily distracted, but you create with the hay, and that is a recipe for your success. You use the fantasy, you make it dark and twisted, and you make something beautiful, even if it's a bit disturbing sometimes. This is you, and this is what you do. You're in your Kanye era. You're finding peace alone. Look at that picture. She's all alone, and that's where you find your inner peace, is when you're in solitude. You're not cut off to romance. You're not totally heartless because you can have feelings, but you're not willing to commit your heart or give it over to someone else on a plate or a platter. You're using love and romance as an ingredient in your recipe for success. But if it comes down to success or love, you're going to choose success. And you're going to choose you over any other commitment, because you know you are your best commitment, your best investment, and you're proving that not only to yourself but to the world. And I think you see a marriage as something that would get in the way of that instead of helping you get to that place. Sometimes you got to look out for number one. So when you're in that mindset, that's where it's all at. And you are where it's at, group 4. You know this. You're the prize. You don't need someone to validate you, remind you, or tell you, because you already know. So yeah, it's like I already got what I need. If I want a bit of chemistry, I'll go find a willing partner who can add their ingredients. But yeah, it's like you're just using them for their ingredients, their inspiration, or their spare parts, because love just isn't it in your life right now. But you are it. You are the it boy, the it girl. It doesn't mean you're going to end up a lonely spinster or a lonely bachelor. It just means that if it comes down to being rich or being loved, you're going to choose being rich every fucking time, because love don't make you happy, but getting that bag, that makes you happy as Larry, group 4. Someone could be named Larry. So yeah, it's not in your cards, but if you change your mind, you could change your destiny. That's how powerful you are. But you know your own power, and you're zoned in and in tune to your own power, and you're not going to let anyone take or drain that. You're keeping it all for number 1. And so you should, group 4, and I'm right there with you, okay? So let me know down below if you enjoyed this, what you thought, if you resonate. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this, to keep updated for future readings. If you're looking for a personal, the info is on my homepage. And if we're parting ways right here, right now, then I hope to see and connect with you again in the next one. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah.